What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Join Dota League Season 4. It's been quite a long time since I have covered some of these games, but it's never too late to resume. We have a best of two going on between Not Today and Boreal Esports, and I think most people would agree that Not Today are pretty vastly favored in this game, as Not Today actually were, I believe, the winners of Join Dota League Season 3. And Boreal were not really that close to winning, so it's going to be really tough for Boreal to overcome Not Today, but hey, anything's possible. Not Today are running with one stand-in, so maybe that stand-in player is just terrible. I honestly don't know who Nova is, so I'm going to assume he's pretty decent, as that would be the only possible assumption that is reasonable. But anyway, guys, here on HeflaTV 2, I'm going to be your only caster. I'm Mike Loris. And that because I'm your only caster, that means we get to have extra fun. And wow, Not Today. Okay, we're going to open up with an Elder Titan. We do see an IO and an Ember Spirit getting banned out rather early in this best of two. And well, Ember Spirit is a hero that Not Today have been known to run in the past. IO, I honestly have not seen enough of this iteration of Boreal to know if that is a hero that they favor, but I assume it is. Usually you're okay letting IO through in other cases. But yeah, apologies guys. Again, Boreal has been through a couple of shuffles, especially since jDL Season 3, which that Boreal I was a little bit more comfortable knowing, and I knew more of how they like to play. But this one, the only, I guess you could say, common player between the two teams is Footsie, the blue player right now. So that doesn't really say that much, does it? They're going to open up their draft with an Ogre Magi. I would say overall probably a little bit of a stronger hero as compared to the Elder Titan. Though both of them, pretty tanky. They could both put out some serious amounts of damage. Ogre Magi just feels a little bit more self-sufficient. As Elder Titan, though he can do quite a bit of damage, you will need, someone to help him out a little bit occasionally. As sometimes the Spirit is just enough. You put the Spirit through 4 or 5 units and then a hero or two, and you could seriously beat some people down then, but the odds of that happening, especially early game, are very, very slim. So Elder Titan as a first pick, I am not on board with this. As a pick in general, I think it's fine, but there's no reason to pick an Elder Titan first when you can pick a Death Prophet first. But if you get them both, then why not? You might as well just go for both. And for Boreal, it's going to be a Troll Warlord actually as their pick. Kind of the same situation as Elder Titan. Yes, he's a very powerful hero. He's pretty self-sufficient, I would say more self-sufficient than the Elder Titan, but he's also a hero that is very rarely banned. Like, you could get him 5th pick most of the time, and if you really want to, you pick him up 4th, and then that's also good, but picking him up 2nd means that Boreal really want to kind of plan around this Troll Warlord, and when you look at Troll Warlord, what does he offer? Not that much that is unique with the exception of his ultimate, so you're going to be on a team with a lot of attack speed, and that's why I like the ban from Not Today. Got to get rid of heroes that are going to synergize very well with that additional attack speed. Anyone who has a bash, someone like a Slark would also get a lot of benefit from the Essence shift. Heroes along those lines should be the bans out from Not Today and should be the picks for Boreal. Generally, when you do pick up a Troll Warlord, you're going to be going for a little bit more pushing just because you have all that attack speed. Yeah, you could go and kill people, or you could go for Roshans. That is, of course, possible, but you might as well just try to wreck some towers while you're at it. And in that case, there's not many heroes that really, really excel at killing off towers with attack speed. Like, there's no secret synergy there with any skills or anything like that. You just need heroes that do a lot of damage. And in that case, that is just going to be fine. Lycan would have actually been one of those heroes that would have been helped out quite a bit by Battle Trance. But it seems like Boreal not going to go down that route just yet. I mean, even though Boreal should be looking to do a little bit more pushing, Not Today also have quite a bit of pushing themselves. Like Death Prophet pick, I'd say for a good portion of the game, actually gives you more pushing power than the Troll Warlord. Since level 1 Battle Trance, level 2 Battle Trance, it's fine, but it's not very impressive, it's not very flashy. Whereas Death Prophet can pop Exorcism, and not only will she be able to push towers, she will be able to do so very safely. Like, you could push the tower, and Boreal can try to fight into Exorcism, and then they could die because fighting into Exorcism is never really the best idea. So it's going to be a little bit of pushing coming from either side, I would expect. It is going to be a Tidehunter as the second ban from Not Today, so it looks like they're just going to take care and let Boreal get a little bit more of what they want, in that heroes that synergize well with extra attack speed. Someone like Faceless Void would be a pretty nice pickup for Boreal. First of all, synergizing pretty well with the Troll Warlord. Maybe not as much as other heroes. Definitely no Skywrath Mage, Faceless Void, or anything like that. And it will make them a little bit melee heavy, but just having the initiation power, which would be just so useful in this game versus a Death Prophet. You want to have some form of initiation, and hey, jump into a Chronosphere seems pretty good to me. Also, you will have that Troll Warlord additional attack speed, so you could lay down a couple time blocks here and there. Seems pretty cut and dry. Though they could just avoid that, and maybe they don't want to go for such a melee heavy lineup. Up against an Elder Titan, if you have too many melee heroes, you can seriously get punished because, well, first of all, the Stomp is a pain, and occasionally the Earth Splitter is going to land. But when it does land, you're certainly going to be feeling it. So Lycan going to be banned out. Boreal sitting on quite a bit of time, or burning through a lot of time rather, in order to decide their second ban. Not Today. They are kind of aggressively slanted. Honestly, not too surprised at that. Not Today do like to play their aggressive styles, and you probably won't often see them pick up someone like a Naga Siren or some random hyper carry. And if you do, they're probably going to play it a little bit more aggressively. So it is going to be that Skywrath Mage I mentioned before for Boreal. Just going to solidify their support duo. Not Today, with one potential support in the Elder Titan. They could go for just random powerful heroes such as a Vengeful Spirit, or going for Dazzle is also pretty good. They're actually slowly shifting their way towards a minor minus armor sub theme in their draft, as they have the Elder Titan minus armor and Dazzle's Weave. They have a lot of physical damage with the Death Prophet as well. Going for something like a TA could just, fully commit to that type of draft. Razor, Slardar, and Tidehunter, though, would have all been, additional heroes for minus armor, which are all awkwardly banned out by Not Today. Though there are always minus armor tools if you really want it. Even going for someone like a Visage won't be too terrible. Someone who gets a medallion, someone who puts out a lot of physical damage, or just go for an Earthshaker. That's also good. This is going to shift Elder Titan most likely over to a laning role. And then that is just going to be that. For Boreal, they have picked up, first of all, their support lineup, Skywrath Mage, Ogre Magi, one of the highest damaging duos that you could probably find, especially if you let the Mystic Flare, or the Seal land before you set up, which is rare to have happen, but sometimes it can, and then things certainly are going to be dying very quickly. Batrider as their initiation tool, as I said, they need initiation if they're going to be going up against the Death Prophet, and right now, just with that Batrider pick in and of itself, is going to give Boreal probably the upper hand in almost every single fight, should they get their initiations off. Not Today, they don't have that many great tools to deal with this Batrider. As far as zoning him out in lane, it's kind of restricted. Dazzle Earthshaker is okay, but getting killed on the Batrider with that is going to be very unlikely unless Batrider is playing very, very aggressively, which is possible. Who knows? But I don't expect the Batrider to be under that much pressure, assuming he plays well. And assuming Not Today's last hero isn't, just some super aggressive hero like a Gyrocopter or something like that. But as far as answering the Batrider's lasso, it is going to be a little bit hard. Fissure is pretty good. Eul Scepter from Death Prophet if the Death Prophet's really fast, but okay, well, that just happened, guys. Okay, so Eul Scepter would have been pretty good. But we have some more interesting picks here. So this is really where we get to the main part of the draft. We have the Slark for Boreal, another aggressively slanted hero, a hero that can fight early, and it's a hero that does benefit a lot from that additional attack speed of the Troll Warlord, as I mentioned earlier. I think Boreal's lineup is pretty balanced. I mean, they have a lot of magic damage within their supports, a lot of roaming potential. They have good initiation with the Batrider, and they have decent late game with the Slark and Troll Warlord. So they have a pretty nice lineup. For Not Today, they are not as balanced as they are, packing through melee heroes. The axe is always hard to actually pin down as far as how useful he's going to be. But just because you don't have a balanced lineup doesn't mean you have a bad lineup, because Not Today, they are very aggressively slanted. Hell, even with Axe Dazzle, they can do some creep cutting shenanigans, and Boreal will struggle to deal with that, assuming they decide to cut the right creep wave. So the Axe pick is going to make things super, super aggressive for Not Today, as you should be playing aggressively with that Axe. If you're not, you're probably doing something extremely wrong. But the axe also is going to benefit from the, well, first of all, dazzle a lot. The heals keeping axe alive is going to be huge, not to mention the weave, both in the plus armor and in the minus armor, as the your helixes do physical damage. So not only will the weave do have extra value, but also the natural order will do some pretty good work as well for Not Today. So it's certainly not the hero that I think anyone would have expected. But up against Boreal with a lot of attack speed down the line with Troll Warlord and Slark, Axe can get a couple spins here and there, and usually he falls off pretty hard in the late game. But hell, when the enemies are attacking that fast, if you have enough armor, just tank through it and then cross your fingers. Really, that's how you play Axe. You just jump into the middle, press call, cross your fingers, and hope you get more spins than the enemies have damage. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but there's not much you can do about that. But while we are in this pause, I suppose I should just go over who is playing what. On the Boreal side, we got KVH playing the Troll Warlord. It's going to be 470 playing the Bat Rider with 747 on the Slark. Loki is going to be on the Ogre Magi, and Footsie is going to be on the Skywrath Mage. I don't know what the rulebook tag is. I don't actually know what rulebook is, but, I'm assuming they're going to play by the rules, and I'm assuming that's what that means. On the Not Today side, Nova is going to be standing in for Misoku, I believe he's going to be standing in. Smash is going to be on the Death Prophet. Misko is on the Earthshaker, unless, yes, he's on the Earthshaker, and Mihawk is blocking him as the Elder Titan. God damn it, Mihawk, get out of the way. Iwo is going to be playing the last hero in the Axe. So the lanes from Not Today, well, it's almost certainly going to be Dazzle and the Earthshaker playing support. The question is, where is this Axe going to go? Generally with the Axe, the lane assignment that I've actually seen him most in was solo, and I think every single time I've seen that, it has been up against a Tidehunter, which may just be coincidental, may just be because Axe is really good at laning versus Tidehunter, which, they're both true. But as far as picking up the Axe, there is no quote-unquote standard way of laning him. Why is my thing so messed up? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Whoa. Does it go this way? Is that better? No, this way. Is that better? I have no idea what I'm doing. Hello? Is that? No. Screw it. I'm just going to keep it there. And I'm sure if it sounds bad, then someone is going to tell me. What else do I have to do? I have to do something else. Yeah, there's also that thing. Where is that? Yeah, we don't need this. We don't need this. We need to decelerate. There we go. Look at that. So smooth, guys. So smooth. So yeah, Axe. There's no standard way to lane an Axe necessarily. You could put him in pretty much any lane and be semi-justified in doing so. So it really depends on what Not Today want to do. I think their goal should be, match up Axe versus the Slark lane, and then just try to abuse the early game power of Counter Helix with the additional sustain and setup of the Dazzle and the Earthshaker in order to try to get a lot of things going on in the early game. And then, the more aggressive you could be early on, then it kind of cascades into being more aggressive later on, and then more aggressive down the line. And then, once the Death Prophet gets her level 6 or level 11, they could look to take towers. Generally, it should be at level 9-ish at the earliest when Not Today look to push. Although, if you are aggressively cutting creep waves, you're going to be consistently pushing everywhere, or wherever the Axe is, rather. So, they do have some options as far as that is concerned. But aside from that, it's just going to be one of those games. We're already pretty darn late. What time is it? 3:40. So the game started about 30 minutes late, which is about on time for JDL, but my god, come on guys. 30 minutes? Are you serious? You're really going to put me 30 minutes late, and then you're going to pause? Not cool, guys. Not cool at all. Okay, well, hopefully it's going to be a fast return of Mihawk, but I don't think there's anything else as far as minor synergies that I failed to mention. No, there is the synergy of Bat Rider into Skywrath Mage. That is certainly a combo. Like, at a certain point when Bat Rider picks up his Blink Dagger, and this game, it's not going to be of the utmost importance to rush a Blink Dagger. Like, Boreal will be able to get a couple of things going before he picks up his Blink. Then, once he picks up the Blink Dagger, he can just go with Footsie, and that's it. You could just go wherever he wants. Whoever he finds is going to get a face full of Mystic Flare, and they should be able to pretty consistently get kills. There are games where your Bat Rider is, along with the Brewmaster, and you're like, well, if we don't have Blink Daggers, we just can't do anything. This is not one of those games. Scarith Mage, Ogre Magi, as far as going aggressive and as far as making stuff happen in the early game, you could certainly get a lot done there. And then even the cores, Troll Warlord and Slark, with the Whirling Axe, if you get a little bit of help from the Ogre or Scarith Mage, you could pounce on someone. There are certainly options for Boreal, so although Blink Dagger is going to be picked up by the Bat Rider, that is going to happen in every single game, or it should be happening in every single game. It is not going to be, if it's slowed down a little bit, if he picks it up at 15 minutes instead of 9, well then no one's really going to bat an eye, at least assuming Boreal are playing as best as they can. Keep in mind, guys, that this is Boreal versus Not Today. It is going to be a very difficult matchup for Boreal, as Not Today are one of, if not the best, teams in South America. And I'm sure just by offering the possibility that Not Today are not the best, I'm opening up a whole can of worms there. People are going to be like, oh my god, this caster has no idea, he's disrespecting Not Today. But yeah, they're pretty damn good. They are extremely good, guys. And well, Boreal, I mean, they're no slouches, but this is Not Today we're talking about, so good luck to them, as we're going to see how these lanes are actually going to shape up. Iwo currently sitting in the top lane, and it looks like the rest of the heroes are nowhere near him, so it looks like it is going to be just an Axe up top as the solo laner. Does he have a magic stick? No, he doesn't. He will be going for that once he realizes that his matchup is going to be going up against a Bat Rider, and then actually Axe with extra mana is pretty deadly. Like, of course, Counter Helix doesn't cost anything, but if he wants to go for Battle Hunger build, if he wants to go for Berserker's Call, or if he wants to go for a little bit of a balanced build, he'll be able to get a lot of those spell casts off, just because Bat Rider needs to be spamming that tar in order to win himself the lane, and if that doesn't happen, then Axe is going to be walking all over him one way or another. So for Not Today, it looks like it is just going to be dual lanes. Shaker already starting off with a wall, because that's what Shakers do. He's going to be helping out Mihawk a little bit, although I don't actually think he can get that much done here. His role right now, the Earthshaker, well, it's first of all just going to be mess up the creep equilibrium as much as he can. Is he going to throw another one? Yeah, hell yeah, he is. Nisko dropping 2 fissures with the clarity as well, just to delay the creep wave pretty much as you possibly can. And now the creep wave is going to be guaranteed experience for Mihawk. I have not seen, I don't believe, Earthshaker commit 2 fissures to that. It is pretty expensive, and I guess Earthshaker, if he decides to go back to the base, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But it is going to ensure 1 creep wave at the very least from Mihawk, going to give him his level 2. As nice as that is, level 2 on Elder Titan isn't really a huge level. Having Spirit and Stomp is not a huge increase from just Spirit. So Elder Titan is going to need to have a little bit more consistency in how he gets his experience, because right now, I mean, there's a huge wave going down the bottom lane, but that just means Elder Titan is not going to get much experience. He's going to be awkwardly shuffling around. Looks like Misko is not going to stick on that bottom lane. He's just going to be happy with the help that he has already provided to his friendly Elder Titan. Then he might even move towards top, where Bat Rider, well, he got zoned out a little bit, but Nova can only do so much. Already 4 stacks of that napalm on him, and he's got to be very, very careful. Bat Rider doesn't really have to worry about that much. He knows that Axe at level 1 took Battle Hunger, which is very rarely seen. Now that he knows that level 2 Axe took the Counter Helix, 470 knows that there are no disables up on this top lane. He does not know that there's an Earthshaker right around the corner, so that could potentially lead him into a sticky situation. But, he's going to be feeling pretty comfortable knowing that the enemies do not have any crowd control, and Bat Rider is going to have a good time. I said before that even though Bat Rider doesn't need to get a fast Blink Dagger in this game, it looks like he's well on his way to one. Just because Not Today don't exactly have any ways of locking him down. They don't have any ways of pressuring him back. And it's, that's what I promised before. Bat Rider should have a good time, unless he gets caught in the jungle. That's a bad time. Ewo's level 3. Fissure as well. That's going to be death to the Bat Rider. So that was pretty easily done. Lots of damage there, and, okay, so as soon as I said that, right, as soon as I said the Bat Rider is going to have a good time, he went down and put himself into this position. And when you're here, first of all, he should have seen the Earthshaker coming, but also, I mean, where are you going to go? You don't have Firefly up, so you can't go this way. You have to go back into an Axe and Dazzle. And I don't care who you are, you're going to be taking some serious damage, if not outright dying. And Bat Rider, if he didn't go there, if he didn't decide to, scout, or I don't know why he went there, if he didn't do that, He would have been just fine if he just backed off. And now he's going to go strong onto Nova, putting some serious damage into that Dazzle. Big physical nuke, though, from the Shadow Wave. And all of a sudden, this Batrider has got to run. Poison Touch on him as well. He did get one random creep kill, and Nova's sitting in fire. This could be a little bit dangerous for 70. Does he really want to go for this? This is bold. Really, really bold. Batrider's going to fall back. But luckily for the Bat, his Firefly managed to get one random creep kill there, and well, that took off the battle hunger, but now the pressure is certainly going to start to ramp up. Shadow Wave, you have to respect that. I don't care who you are, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. Smash over towards mid lane, trying to go for a kill onto KVH, can turn around for one more Crypt Storm, will be fine from this Arcane Bolt. And it looks like just a little bit of damage traded over on this middle lane. Troll Warlord actually doing a lot better in this lane than I really expected versus Death Prophet. And Death Prophet is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, mid lane heroes, but Troll Warlord can also hold his own. Having a bottle and having a relatively low mana cost spammable skill in the Whirling Axes means that you'll be able to put some occasional damage onto the Death Prophet, and at the same time, if you're timing your spells right, get some last hits in the process. So that's, if all things line up correctly for the Troll Warlord, he will be able to get a lot of creep kills here and there. However, holding his tower is another story entirely. He's going to find Smash, and with the double damage rune, he might actually get this kill. Not with the fissure, though. Misco in the right place at the right time, perfectly fissuring over the wall. And also, Whirling Axes missed there. It was the range version, so not that much damage. I don't think that would have made a difference. I'm not entirely sure, but Troll Warlord for either way is going to go down. Misco coming in with the fissure is pretty much whenever he needs to, and he's already level 3. This Earthshaker has not been in a lane. Like, he's just been randomly getting kills. He's been randomly setting up stacks. There's 2 here. There are... No, that's it. Really. Earthshaker, okay, he has been jungling and pulling, I suppose, but now he's dead in the middle lane, and now bottom lane might be dead as well. Mihawk going to try to stomp it out. It looks like he will put Loki and 747 to sleep, and the Elder Titan will be able to walk that one off. But Earthshaker going down in the mid lane, not a terribly huge loss for Not Today, but also a pretty nice gain for Boreal. Like, losing your Troll Warlord in that situation versus Death Prophet in a kind of solo situation, not that great for you, but, you know, getting a kill is going to help redeem that difference a little bit. Now Death Prophet and the Troll Warlord relatively even in their standings with one another. And that's pretty much all you could hope for if you are Boreal, as your Troll Warlord is most likely not going to seriously pull ahead of the Death Prophet. Like, 5 CS differential, or well, that's Slark, only 3 CS differential is not going to matter too much in the long run, as Death Prophet will very easily be able to make the difference up a little bit down the line. But either way, on the bottom lane, Boreal, they have a free farming Slark, but mid lane, they're going to try to go for Smash one more time. The Whirling Axes did hit both ranged and melee, but here comes another fissure. This time it's not going to be a perfect block. KVH might actually survive because of this. Spirit, not enough damage, 10 HP. The Troll Warlord survives. They're going to try to go into Footsie, or Misco is going to try to chase after this Troll. That's not going to happen either. Man, if the fissure was just like a couple of pixels to the left, actually that's a lot more than a couple of pixels, but you know, just a little bit to the left, if you got a little bit of better block, one more right click from anyone would have done it for that Troll Warlord, but instead he gets to survive. Up towards top, Ewo going to put a lot of damage into 470, now hitting level 6. Ewo sitting in some fire though, has to really be careful. Got a couple of counter helixes, and that is the skill that he is prioritizing in this lane. It's a matter of time before he decides to pick up that Blink Dagger, and well, it's only 900 gold until he has that one. Once he has that, then I could very easily see this Batrider dying, whereas for the Batrider, he does not have a Blink Dagger, and he's not really close to it. Over towards mid, and KVH really going aggressive versus Smash. There's a regen rune in the Death Prophet, so she's more than happy to tango, although not too happy. It's going to be on the bottom lane where Mihawk is pretty screwed, I would say. Like, maybe, no, he doesn't have a mana for a TP. Fight to the death. He's actually not going to do a terrible job for 747, but there was no way out of there. He was dead, and there was nothing he could do about it, and now Slark is going to grab himself a 7-minute Midas. It's going to be flown out to him, and that's actually a pretty fast item to have as the Slark. And, well, going up against just an Elder Titan, even with the minor shenanigans of the Earthshaker from the very beginning of that lane, it's kind of expected that this lane is going to flow this way. Elder Titan can occasionally get into a fist fight with the Ogre, but I mean, if you take a look at what would actually happen between a 700 health hero with 56 damage and 3 armor, and a 777 HP hero with 69 damage and 10 armor, well, you know, you don't actually have to know numbers at all to know that Ogre Magi is going to win. I guess you have to know numbers a little bit, but all you have to know is that 7 is bigger than 6, and then you could know that the person with the bigger numbers is going to have a better time. That's not even counting their skills. And a level 4 Ogre versus a level 3 Elder Titan. Well, I mean, yeah, once again, you guys could do the math. So this Elder Titan, not really expected to do well in this lane, though he is kind of expected to do a little bit better. This is only level 3 at 7 minutes into the game. It's not too terrible. Like, he's getting something. I've definitely seen worse. But for Elder Titans, there generally do not exist many contingency plans. Jungling as Elder Titan is usually pretty slow, at least, once you get to level 6, 7-ish. Then when you have maxed out Spirit, your jungling is going to be a lot faster, especially if you have many stacks that are being set up by Nova and by Misco at the same time. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stacks. Of course, they don't necessarily want to give it to the Elder Titan, but if he just hangs around there for experience, then that can be fine. Suddenly he's up to level 7, suddenly he has a little bit of natural order, and he's helping the team do a lot of damage. But they're probably not going to prioritize that heavily, as normally it's going to be Smash to take the stacks, or that's what you would probably most often see, the Death Prophet, unless there is someone else who is in desperate need of that, like a Bat Rider or something. And well, for Boreal, their stacks are non-existent. In fact, this is like a negative stack right there. That's not good. And this is a double stack. It's not that much going around. Yeah, but it's kind of expected that you would give this extra gold to Smash, put him a little bit closer to his Blink Diagram. With just a couple of casts of that Crypt Swarm, he'll be able to do quite a bit of damage to the camps, and that should be a pretty standard move to do. And it looks like they're going to do that right away. And you can see the Elder Titan is nowhere nearby, so Smash is going to get juiced up pretty big, and Yule Scepter are going to be a little bit faster incoming. The level 11 Exorcism is going to be a little bit faster incoming as well. And up towards top lane, they're going to lasso up Ewo. Nova is right there with the Grave. Ewo's not going to die just yet, but he's not looking too healthy either. He's ignited, and he's going to call out, put a little bit more damage into the enemy side, but he will go down. Now Nova on the run. Here comes Misco, a little bit too late. Will end a nice 3-man fissure, but Nova actually deciding to turn around is still slowed due to that napalm, and 470 doesn't have any other damaging tools. It looks like Nova will just barely manage to escape because of that. But still, Axe getting a little bit too ahead of himself. Like, even though Axes, they are pretty tanky, it was a 2 versus 3, and that is not a good situation for any hero. If there was a hero that would be able to take that, it would be an Axe, but not when you're being initiated at that angle and after having used all your skills. Bat Rider going to try to go for Misco. This is a pretty dangerous situation. However, Misco does not have any mana. 470 really playing this aggressively. He's going to run in potentially an Elder Titan, but once again, it's going to be not today running into the problem of how the hell do we actually lock down this Bat Rider? Like, even if he didn't have a haste rune, the only chance that they had would have been throw out a fissure, which is still 40 mana away. So the Earthshaker is going to have to always have mana for not today, or the Axe is going to have to pick up a Blink Dagger, which of course is going to be the build. But until they get that, they're going to really be low on lockdown. Top lane, Axe going pretty aggressively behind the tower, but now he's going to get jumped on by 747. Here comes KVH as well. 2 cores coming in, and Axe, though he may be tanky, only really tanky with that call, and the tower is going to be swiftly denied by Boreal. Now at a 4-2 lead, with I would expect a little bit of a gold lead as well. Yeah, it's only 1,000, not too much, but 3,000 experience, 9 minutes into the game is not too shabby either. Not today. Their Axe pick, I mean, it's doing okay in lane. Like, he's right up there on the top of the last hit chart, or near the top of the last hit chart. But he got a tower denied from him, which is, first of all, never a good thing to have happened. And he hasn't really done that much aggressively. Like, as far as getting kills, not really any situation that was close. At least none come to mind. With the exception of the 1 assist, which is, of course, I would say, pretty good at getting kills. But, yeah, for not today, I'm not entirely convinced at this just yet. They have yet to get all their base levels up. Again, Elder Titan only level 4 at this point. The Death Prophet doesn't even have her Exorcism just yet. She will have that in 1 more level, though I don't really know if not today are going to want to go for a push. Nova's going to have to be so careful right now. And I think it might be a little bit too late to be careful, because he's actually just going to grave himself. Smash actually just not even moving to help. Good thing Nova actually has that grave, otherwise KVH could have easily run him down with the phase boots, and I was going to go for drums as well. This Troll Warlord is, 2-1-0, not too terrible on him. And he's farming up very decently as well. Once he gets the drums, I expect it to be a Sanjin Yasha build from KVH. That is generally the item that you're going to see the most often from Trolls, as they'll be able to put a lot of damage to the enemies, even though Sanjin Yasha isn't very a huge damage item. Just having a mix of... It's basically picking up another set of drums. So you get the drums, and then you get more balanced stats from Sanjay and Yasha, you're going to be pretty happy if you're KVH. And now today, they have so far put almost zero pressure on the enemy side. They're going to clear a couple more stacks until you see Mud Golems. No one likes Mud Golems. All of their stacks, or most of the other stacks, have been cleared. Where's their axe? He's also jungling. This is not how you want to play as Not Today. Like, what does their late game hero status look like? Death Prophet? No, she's pretty good. She will be able to do some serious physical damage later on, especially when she has a Dazzle right behind her. But when you compare her to a Slark that's been working with the Hand of Midas for 4 minutes now, I think. Yeah, 4 minutes. A Hand of Midas on the Slark and a Troll Warlord. The synergy there for Boreal. You get Bloodlust. You get the initiation from Batrider. Things are going to get very, very dangerous for Not Today if they just let this game stall out as it is right now. Now, this is the item that they wanted to break this kind of stall. Axe with Blink Dagger is the only initiation tool that Not Today are seriously going to have for a very long time. Misko, only level 4 on Earthshaker. Gone for a Null Talisman, so it's a nice item to have on Shaker for sure, especially when your team is so reliant on you having stuns. But at the same time, that means his Blink Dagger is not going to be up for a very, very long time. So Axe is going to have to do all of the initiation for Not Today, unless Smash finds himself a quick Yule Scepter, but that's also quite long ways off. Smash going to get into a fight against KVH. Fissure being held. I think that Fissure would have given them the kill for sure. Now, Smash is going to try to run after the Troll Warlord, but they run right into Loki, fogging him a little bit, actually, putting a little bit more damage into... Actually, no, Ogre not getting damage at all. There's the Fissure, and now there's the dunk. Ogre Magi is going to be the casualty, using Exorcism for no kills. That is just, quite frankly, backbreaking at 12 minutes into the game. You need to be using your Exorcism to at least get some kill participations. Getting one of the Ogre Magi is certainly not the ideal, but it's a lot better than nothing, which is what it was going to look like the Death Prophet was going to get. Now it's going to give her enough gold for her Yule Scepter, so there's another pseudo form of initiation there for Not Today. Just running up into a Yule Scepter into, well, eventually a Silence is pretty decent, but I don't know. Nova's on the bottom lane. He's going to be hunted down, silenced up, and oh my god, the pact wasn't even there in time. Like, Dazzle was dead before the pact even popped. Bad times for this Dazzle, and really there's not much you can do about that. Not Today have still yet to get some value out of their Blink Dagger on their axe, and I mean they're probably going to start trying, but not if EWO goes up to the top lane. That's probably not the direction you want to go. Right now, Boreal have almost complete control of the game, with Exorcism down especially. Another minute until that one is going to be up, and then you have all the pushing power in the world if you're Not Today. But as this game progresses, as Batrider now picks up his Blink Dagger, as Slark gets even bigger, as the Troll Warlord gets bigger, though Exorcism is certainly very powerful, if you end up getting into a full-on 5-on-5 fight, this is going to get worse and worse for Not Today, unless their axe has just, a 3-4 man call, which is always a possibility, although pretty darn difficult. Nova has got to be so careful. Uh-oh. Blink Dagger Lasso. Can he bring him down to the low ground? Looks like the answer is no, but they're going to catch him regardless with that pounce. Nova is going to drop it. Now they're going to try to go for Mihawk at the exact same time. With one stack of Napalm, he's just slow enough to keep up, and now 747 going to try to chase after him. With the Dark Pact messing up with the Fissure, it's going to be Axe in the back line, killing off the Scarlet Mage. Now going to get a call onto 470. Going to try to Battle Hunger him up, another Crypt Swarm or so, and 470 should be taking a fall. Yes, this is double kill for EWO. It's going to just be the death of the Dazzle in the meantime. Mihawk was able to fend away everyone else, as Slark was, I assume, TP'd away. Well, it doesn't have a TP scroll, so yeah, I'm pretty sure he just gave up the chase and decided to get the hell out of there. But Not Today, bringing in the cavalry, all of the right heroes at all the right times, and they're going to be pretty happy that they got away with that 2-for-1, but maybe they're not going to be too happy about this. Misko on top lane is going to be chased down by this Troll Warlord with the drums and the phase boots, and the workings of a Yasha is going very, very quickly. However, going in between a tier 1 and tier 2, even though you are that fast, probably a little bit too risky. Not Today, on top of that trade, they are going to also get the tower down towards bottom. And Slark, well, he's hunting, but he's not going to find anyone. That's probably the series of events that Not Today could have asked for, if this was on their Christmas list. Take a 2-for-1. Also getting a tower. That's the trade that they want. That's the play that they want to be making pretty much every single time this game. If they could keep doing that every 2 minutes whenever they have Exorcism, they're going to win this game. And of course, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to do so, as that initiation from the Batrider, though it did happen, though it was quote-unquote initiation from the Batrider, it was certainly not good enough, as it didn't actually do anything. Like, it did end up killing the Dazzle, but it didn't actually initiate a fight. It basically initiated a gank, and then a fight broke out after that gank was done. So the Bat Rider initiation, not the best, but once Boreal do get their initiation together, then it's going to be devastating for Not Today, especially since the Slark now also has a Blink Dagger. So even if it's not necessarily the Bat to start the fight, they will have someone to follow up in some capacity. Another tower going the way of Not Today. Now all the tier 1s actually down for Boreal. 2 towers destroyed, 1 tower denied, and still Not Today are in firm control of all of their tier 1s. In fact, they're all pretty healthy, remarkably healthy. And Boreal don't really have that many great pushing heroes until later on when they have a little bit more damage. So it's not really too surprising, but Not Today. They're getting quite a bit of gold advantage because of this tower differential right now. It's not really translating into anything super huge. There's a Hand of Midas on the way for the Elder Titan, which I don't actually think is a terrible item to go for at this stage of the game. It's a very late Midas to be sure, but it seems like this game is going to be elongated a little bit more. Oh, mid lane KVH. He's going to get Blink called. Fissure is there to follow up. Echo Slam completely missing. I think it did damage, but the stun didn't go through. Regardless, the Troll Warlord will go down. Yeah, the Echo Slam range is higher than... Echo Slam damage range is higher than Aftershock's range, so I think it did a little bit of damage, but that's 160 damage. It's like, okay. Okay, 160 damage. Oh no, that's so devastating. We're all gonna die. But it's a kill on the Troll Warlord regardless, and Not Today. Look at that. They have an Exorcism, so if they really want to go for a tier 2 push, this probably should be the time. Yeah, going back to the Hand of Midas on the Elder Titan, he is a hero that does excel quite a bit with levels. Like you want to get all these levels up to all these skills up to level 4 as fast as you can. And Earth Splitter, I mean, it's nice to have a point of it. Not really that great when you level it up. In fact, it is actually like a pretty terrible skill to level up. Like you get what, slow? Come on, are you really? Ice Frog has to change this shit. I mean, come on, you really just level it up to get additional 10% slow for another second? That's pitiful. That's terrible. That's why Elder Titans don't get that ultimate at level 2 unless it's really late into the game. But towards top, Uo is going to just be absolutely demolished. And well, here comes the Death Prophet, but a little bit too late to save the axe. Uo, he was pretty tanky, got the call out beforehand, but this is also Battle Trance that we're talking about, and that is a hell of a lot of damage that comes out very quickly. So ET also will be able to get his items down the line. The item I most commonly see is Eul Scepter. Doesn't necessarily have to be that item. Going for, you know, Vlad's Assault Cuirass, any sort of those, any of those utility items. Hell, even Force Staff is pretty good. Necrobook is not too bad on Elder Titan. These are all possibilities for him now that he has a steady form of income. But Not Today. I mean, losing their Axe definitely going to set them back. Axe is farming pretty decently, 332. Going for the Vanguard into Blade Mail into most likely Crimson build, which is more or less standard, at least from the times that I've seen Axe. Uh-oh, Mihawk. Uh-oh, Mihawk. He's going to try to TP away. Mystic Flare is going to be held, though. And now Ewo is going to come right in. Gets a call onto 2. Footsy's going to take a lot of damage. Will be decapitated. 747 also in the area. And he's going to try to find his way out of here. He's going to leap into the cliff and TP. And it looks like he will be fine. But Axe in the right place at the right time. And 1 armor Scarith Mage versus... How much damage does this actually do? 205 physical per spin. And Ewo was actually getting a lot of spins there. Like, that was statistically a very unlikely amount of spins there for Ewo. But hey, sometimes that just happens, and then you're going to be destroying people left and right. And that unfortunate target is going to be the Scarith Mage, who I believe could have gotten the kill on the Elder Titan should he have just dropped the Mystic Flare first. Like, he actually waited for quite a long time because he didn't realize that Slark was close enough. At least that's the reason why I think he waited for that Mystic Flare, because he thought the Slark wasn't close enough. But if he just dropped it, then the Slark would have gotten the kill, or the team would have gotten the kill. Someone would have. Either way, it's a kill missed by Boreal. It's not going to matter too much in the long run. It's just an Elder Titan. But Not Today. They're still working with Exorcism, or on paper they're working with Exorcism still. They have yet to go for any sort of large attempt at some tier 2 towers. And Not Today. I mean, they do have a lot of effective ways of extending their lineup, given Axe's capacity for just going off, given the natural order as well. But they really have to start looking for another objective somewhere, because Boreal, they're just getting a lot more time to do free farming things, or just do whatever the hell they want, and whatever they want includes going for Mihawk right now. There is a Shaker here, and it's going to stun the Bat Rider. However, the last is going to drag him over that fissure. Now Mihawk's in quite a bit of trouble still. He will be going down. Ewo trying to blink in, but just not blinking close enough. Fissure is the best tool that you have, and that was pretty much the ideal situation there for the Earthshaker. But this is still an Elder Titan level 8. Can't really survive that much, and still you could fly over that if you're the Bat Rider. So it's going to be Not Today losing yet another hero right now, and Boreal, they're just picking apart Not Today. It's 8-7, and still Boreal, they have a little bit of a net worth advantage, even though they haven't taken a single tower. They're ahead in experience as well, and Not Today, they're still not making any moves for tier 2s. This is actually getting really concerning. Like, every single second that passes is, first of all, a second that could be used for cooling down Exorcism. Like, that's how you should be thinking of it. It's like, you're not pushing right now, which means that you're not getting gold and everything, but, that's just like the base level stuff. You're also not letting Exorcism cool down, and that's really the limiting factor with their pushing. I mean, it's a long cooldown. It's 145 seconds. Yeah, it's 145 seconds. Wasn't it just 120? Ice Frog, what are you doing to my Death Prophet? That was the latest patch, I think. Like, they just kept on jacking it up. Soon it's going to be like a 3-minute cooldown. It's going to be like, oh, man, God, we have Exorcism? That's going to be like a black hole for us. But, hey, they're going for something right now, and they're going to use Exorcism for this Roshan. If Boreal catch wind of this, if they crash this, and this could be devastating for Not Today. Not only just because they're fighting in a Roshan pit against a Bat Rider, but also because they need this Exorcism to get objectives for them. And it looks like this time it will be successful. Boreal had an Observer Ward, although it seemed like everyone was just a little bit too far away. The trade is going to be at the cost of 1 tier 1 tower, it looks like. Maybe it's going to be denied. No, KVH. Oh, no, it is going to be denied. So, okay. It's going to be 1 tower denied. Maybe 2 towers denied? No, not quite. But Not Today, they get the Aegis. So they actually use the Exorcism, and now look at that. The Exorcism is cooling down. So this is time that Not Today are more than happy to spend just waiting around, because they're actually waiting for something. Exorcism in 97 seconds. That is a good thing to wait for. And Not Today, they're going to, take a kill if they can find it, but they're not going to be going super aggressively. They shouldn't be going super aggressively without that Exorcism cooldown. And of course, Boreal, because they know that Exorcism was almost certainly used to kill off Roshan, they're going to feel more than comfortable to take these towers. As nice as an Aegis is on the Not Today side, having no Exorcism to worry about is probably a little bit better for Boreal, so they're going to just go up top lane. Not Today, they're really going to try to do this. This is definitely something that Not Today can be punished for. Although it looks like Boreal are more than content to race. It's going to be 747 to jump up to Mihawk first. We'll dodge a stomp and we'll be just fine. And it looks like Loki plus the Troll Warlord still putting a lot of damage into the top lane tower. Just with illusions. In the meantime, bottom lane tower, it's mostly the creeps that are doing the damage, quite honestly. I mean, Axe and Death Prophet aren't great pushers without actually having their ultimates. Or Death Prophet's ultimate, rather. And it looks like it will be a tower for tower trade in the end. That's actually pretty nice for Not Today. Like, you don't actually expect to get towers without Exorcism, and it's going to happen at the exact same time. Look at that. Synchronized pushing. Well played by both teams. I'm sure they planned that out beforehand. But tower being dropped on either side. And Boreal should be pretty happy with that as well. I mean, they don't exactly want to get into a fight right now, since it's an Aegis of the Immortal on Axe. Killing him off once is hard enough. But certainly it's not out of the question that they will be, on paper, able to kill him off twice. Maybe kill off the Dazzle first. That's going to open the door for that. But Exorcism cooldown, look at that, it's up. And Smash, he's going to lead the team in a push down mid. However, it's going to be Troll Warlord to jump onto Mihawk first. Fissure is going to come in just in time. Elder Titan needs a little bit more space, but not enough. Troll Warlord turning into a ranged hero is going to get that kill. And Smash is going to frickin' pause the game. I hate it when people do this. Stop pausing the game. Shaker has problems. Well, I mean, the Fissure came out. It was a good Fissure as well, but this Troll Warlord is going to be running away so quickly. He's at 470 movement speed. Now he's going to grab a TP scroll. Actually has 10 seconds until he can actually leave. If Not Today realize this, they can kill off this Troll Warlord, but not just Misco. No, don't go in there, Earthshaker. That's a terrible idea. That is not where you want to go. There's a Troll Warlord in there. Now he's going to try to TP out. There's the TP is going to get stunned. Now he's going to be called. Troll Warlord is going to get decapitated. And that is going to be that. So it is going to be a 2-for-1 around the map. Dazzle also ended up getting jumped. I don't exactly know what happened, but it looks like it was just a lasso into Mystic Flare. That's easy as pie. So it is going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Boreal. Once again, they're keeping Not Today on their toes, keeping Not Today on their side of the map. And even though Smash has his ultimate right now, he's not using it. And it should be Not Today trying to get themselves together to form some sort of pushing squad, since they do still have the Aegis, I believe. Yes, they do on Ewo. So now's the time to be feeling pretty aggressive if you're Not Today. They're all going to group up towards mid. It's going to be a tier 2 tower push. It's about time they did this, and it should be a clean tower kill if they use Exorcism. If they don't use Exorcism, I don't think they're going to get it. There we go. So Exorcism is up, and with no Troll Warlord, no Bat Rider ultimate, or I guess no Bat Rider, no anyone here for Boreal, this tower is going to drop. And look how easy that was. Not Today could have been doing this for the past however long. This time it's going to be at the trade of a tier 1 tower. However, they're going to run into Footsie. Uh-oh, Skyrath. Oh, he's just so dead right now. Oh, Fissure. That's probably going to help him the most, but, you know. It's a 1v4 and you're a Skyrath mage. I don't like your odds there. Hell, it's a 1v4 and you're anyone. I still don't like your odds there. So, Skyrath mage is going to be the casualty. Not Today smoking up for that one, and we'll collect a little bit more gold. However, they still are not quite pushing as much as they really need to, since even with these towers down in their advantage, it's actually just 1 tower now in their favor. That is not the right button. It's only 1 tower in their favor, and still Boreal are holding the farm and experience lead. And they're translating that into some pretty damn useful items right now. I mean, we have not much in the Skyrath Mage, but Troll Warlord packing the Sanjin Yasha, Blink Dagger as well. They're starting to fight down towards bottom. 747 getting so much agility due to Essence Shift is going to put a lot of damage to Ewo. However, Blade Mail is up, and now 747's got to be very careful. The Grave is going to keep Ewo alive for a little bit, but it's not going to keep the Dazzle alive. There goes Ewo's Aegis, and he does not have that much help here. Elder Titan Stomp is going to be thrown ultimate, going to be held for now, and looks like they'll back off from that axe kill, but they still get 1 kill in the end, Boreal. I have Scotty on the Slark, making it near impossible to escape, not to mention the movement speed on the Troll Warlord. The Bat Rider's almost had his Mask of Madness already with the Force Staff, and Ogre Magi has a frickin' Aghanim Scepter now. They're going to catch Mihawk, lasso into a couple Fire Blasts. Let's see the multicast. No. 2x. I mean, 3 multicasts, or 3 Fire Blasts is not too terrible, but of course now Ogre Magi is out of frickin' mana. Okay, that happened. Slark was also there. I looked over there and I didn't see anybody, but apparently Slark was just in between them, because these are some pretty bulky characters, so my bad there. 12-10, Not Today, getting probably the best kill I could have hoped for, but this is the first time that they've killed a Slark, and, well, he's going for Desolator Eye of Scotty, so you better actually kill him off a couple more times, or at least have a better answer to him than just a call. I mean, Shiva's Guard Blade Mail is great against Slark. Like, this is the type of hero you want against a Slark. This is the type of build you want against Slark. But at a certain point, is that going to be enough? Because Boreal are getting a hell of a lot on all of their heroes, and you also kind of have to deal with this Troll Warlord. If this Troll picks up something like a Daedalus as his next item, then things can get very messy very quickly. Look how fast he's moving. Like, he's literally at max movement speed when he phases. You can't escape this guy. Like, even if he didn't have bashes, even if he didn't have the whirling axes for the slow, he will be moving at a hell of a lot of movement speed all the time. And this guy is scary, man. Like, this is exactly where you don't want to be if you're Not Today facing up against this Troll Warlord. It looks like Troll Warlord is going to join the rest of his team and look for a kill up towards top. Death Prophet, rather tanky, but definitely not invulnerable. She's going to get isolated from her Earthshaker, now thrown up into the air. It's going to mean that Misko has more time to reposition, get in range for an Enchant Totem. And he's going to jump forward for a Fissure, going to land onto 2. He does not have his ultimate. He's going to put a little bit more damage towards Loki, but certainly not going to be enough. Here comes KVH. BKB is up on Smash, and that is a 10-second BKB, which will do literally nothing for him. Ewo's going to try to jump in for a call, and he will land it onto Loki. This might be the death of the Ogre Magi, depending on how lucky Ewo gets. Loki's going to take a lot of damage, will be decapitated. Axe going to get 1 kill, so I suppose the BKB for Death Prophet is not the worst. But now they have to go for this push, else they're just going to fall back, and it's just going to be an isolated kill on Ogre Magi that, in the grand scheme of things, is going to be pretty irrelevant, if not completely irrelevant. KVH is already split pushing down towards mid. Already the Slark 747 is down towards bottom. And Ewo's going to start a fight with KVH. Echo Slam onto 2 as 470 blinks at the wrong time. That's going to be 2 kills for the Not Today side. That was so unlucky from the Bat Rider. Chose the wrong time to blink in for a lasso. Ended up getting a face full of Echo Slam. And at the exact same time, top lane is being pushed by Not Today. Exorcism, still with a quarter duration, is going to put a little bit of damage into this tower. But with Boreal down 3 heroes, they're going to be forced to fortify, first of all, which will block the rest of this damage with the Exorcism. And Not Today, they don't have that much left. 747 is going to try to charge forward. It's going to catch Nova's instant TP out, though. Might not be enough. One more hit. There it is. Dazzle's going to go down. Now Mihawk off to the side is going to force staff TP. Looks like he's going to be just fine. But it's not going to be a free push for Not Today, though the mid lane exchange probably was the best that they possibly could have hoped for. Just because, I mean, they get a couple of kills on good heroes as well. Troll Warlord and Batrider getting Echo Slammed, and that's pretty much the play that Misco wants to be making every single time. But it is going to be so very unlikely that he is able to make that play, just given how much mobility Boreal have, how much initiation they have. If the Batrider was, 200 more range away, then he would have been just fine. But unfortunately, that was not the case, and now he's going to look to go and get some revenge. Misco's going to be dragged right back through a Mystic Flare, but who cares? Got the kill anyway. Doesn't matter, got kill. Scarith Mage is going to bring down that Shaker, and that's going to be that. And that's something that Batrider can do now. Still isn't even level 16. Actually kind of surprised about that. Let's take a quick look at hero levels. Oh, there's a fight going on. Never mind. Ewo is going to jump in onto 747. Not quite going to kill him off. BKB still there from 747. He also has Shadow Dance. However, he has to be careful of that call. It does go through the dance. He's going to blink forward once again. Going to try to go for Ewo. There's the call. 747 still stealing a lot of agility. And Ewo is ignited. He's not going to survive this one. Nor is Nova. They're both going to be walked down. Can't escape these two heroes. And off to the sidelines, it's going to Mihawk being chased down now by 470. Going to try to force staff himself and TP away. This time it will work again. That was very close by the Elder Titan, but just enough to actually escape. No Death Prophet ultimate means no fighting for Not Today. As nice as it is to get a call onto the likes of 747, if you don't outright kill the Slark, then Slark is going to be back with a vengeance, and that is exactly what happened. Now straight into the Roshan pit, Boreal are going to go. They have the low ultimate of the Battle Trance to help this one out, though they don't have any lifesteal. Roshan doesn't really have a chance either. He's getting actually permabashed? Mostly permabashed. It's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. I would say this is a fast and safe Roshan. As Not Today, they have Death Prophet coming in, but unfortunately, it's a little bit too late. So, Boreal are going to grab that Roshan, and they still have a Batrider with a lasso. They're going to be looking for a couple of opportunities here or there, although it looks like instead it's going to be them falling back. Again, Boreal, they're not in a rush. Like, they have all day. They know that Not Today, they have to be the ones pushing with the hero compositions that they have selected. And so far, being ahead in kills for Boreal, having a quite nice lead in the net worth and experience, even though it took a little bit of a dip there. A minor hiccup for them. They're going to be just be staying the course. A BKB now on KVH, and though it will not be blocking the Exorcism, nor will it be blocking the Call of Axe, still, just having a Troll Warlord moving at maximum speed that's going to be rather uninterruptible is going to be so incredibly dangerous. And 747, looks like the double hammers was not a Desolator. It was instead a Maelstrom and a BKB, which is not the item sequencing that I would have gone for, but he has them both, and it didn't take him that long, so I guess it's all good. Got to get that Mjolnir. If you steal a whole bunch of agility, you're going to be attacking very quickly. The Maelstrom / Mjolnir has a lot of synergy with the Troll Warlord ultimate, so I like this build from Slark. It's kind of standard, but kind of deviating with the Maelstrom, but I think in the context, it is probably the best you could hope for, and he's almost 6-slotted. Like, he's just hop, skip, and a jump away from picking up the completed Mjolnir, so holding the power of Thor is not too shabby. And then going for a final item, I don't know. Do you even need a butterfly this game? Probably not. I don't know, a Daedalus. Let's just say that or an Abyssal Blade. Abyssal Blade is pretty good. Then there's going to be just nothing that could stop this Slark. It's going to be so deadly. Also, he has Bloodlust. That's also a thing that I kind of failed to mention. There's been a lot of Bloodlust ticking away over the course of this game, and not much that Not Today can do about it. They're going to just get directly straight pushed up the middle lane, and Boreal still have the Aegis, so they'll be feeling comfortable doing this. The fighting from Not Today is going to rely almost purely on Ewo getting a call on 2. I feel like if he gets anything less than that, unless they are able to burst down the Slark, then it's not going to be good enough. Slark's actually going to jump in. He's going to find Mihawk, and the natural order is not going to be taken off the table. However, Nova is going to fall. Ewo is going to jump in for a nice 2-man call, but he's getting torn to shreds with the BKBs up. 747 will lose his Aegis, and he doesn't have BKB either. Misco with a nice Echo Slam onto a couple in the back lines. Going to help out the fight for Not Today, but it's certainly not going to be enough. Smash the Exorcism up. Not doing enough either. 747 is going to finish off one. KVH is going to finish off another. Death Prophet suddenly the only one left alive for Not Today. KVH might go down here, although he's moving at a very, very fast clip. He's going to outrun the Ghost. 747 going to lock down Smash. Instantly to BKB. Death Prophet goes, but the Eye of Scotty Smash has no other options but to try to TP out, and he will be alive, and he will be safe to do so. But Slark losing his Aegis there, yet taking a whole bunch of heads to boot. It ends up being a 2 for 4, or I guess a 1 for 4, as only the Aegis was lost there by the Not Today side. And now Boreal with another refreshed ultimate from the Troll Warlord. They're going to tear down this tower. Not much that Nakade could actually do about this, and I think Boreal might even be looking to go for a little bit more, though they don't have their Bat Rider. Their Troll Warlord isn't that healthy. Their Slark is still at full HP, and if he gets a jump in, then it's very possible for him to just get kills straight up and maybe try to force buybacks. Although it looks like Troll Warlord not quite healthy enough. They're going to play it a little bit more cautiously. Hey, there we go. Regen rune for KVH. That is just what the doctor ordered. Troll Warlord back up to full. And knowing that the Death Prophet ultimate is not up, Boreal can do the exact same thing that they just did, except down in the bottom lane. And it looks like that actually might be their goal. I mean, that was Echo Slam and Death Prophet ultimate used in that last fight for Not Today. And it was, honestly, I'm not going to bullshit you guys, it was par for the course. I mean, that's how a team fight is supposed to go when a team is this far ahead with the heroes that they have. And Not Today even got a decent call. They got a decent Echo Slam. Their Exorcism was working through most of that fight, but it just wasn't enough. And now they're going to lose another tier 2 tower. They had no chance of defending, or they barely lost that, or no, let's start again. They lost the fight on the mid lane with all of their ultimates up. There's zero chance they're going to be able to defend their bottom lane tower with no ultimates up, unless an Earth Splitter lands. Earth Splitter is also really good, guys, so never forget the possibility of Earth Splitter, but at a certain point, you just need a little bit more than that. Tower down, and now our Boreal going to go for high ground. They don't have an Aegis. Looks like they're going to smoke. I mean, they could just stick around and look for a lasso pickoff. It looks like 470 is up into the air. Here we go. Who's he going to find? It's going to be Ewo. You are today's lucky winner. You get to win a Troll Warlord, Slark, and a Multicast, and a Mystic Flare. Lucky Axe. There's so many people who want to have that. I mean, that's like the grand prize. It's pretty much a new car right there. But Axe down for another 72 seconds, and unfortunately he does not have a buyback. He picked up his Aghanim Scepter plus a Shiva's Guard. This Axe is very tanky, but I mean, that's a lot of heroes there for Boreal, and you can't tank up all of that. I don't care who you are. Now the bottom lane is going to just be straight up pushed. They have a decent counter push with the Spirit walking through. Threatening the Stomp mostly is where the counter push is going to come from, but Boreal, what's the cooldown on their lasso? 40 seconds. It'll more or less coincide with Axe's respawn, but not today. They're going to have to be perfectly on the point if they actually want to get that done. And Boreal looks like they're going to fall back. Not today. They are going to have refreshed cooldowns of their ultimates now. Exorcism up. The Echo Slam is also up from Not Today. But they're just working from such a huge deficit right now. Like, they haven't gotten a pick off in I don't even know how long. It's been a hell of a long time, guys. I'm going to promise you that one. And Boreal, they've been pretty much the ones to dictate the entire pace of this game from almost the beginning. Like, I think the Axe play was probably just what set Not Today back a little bit too far. The Elder Titan also wasn't able to contribute that much to the team in general. Although, I say that, Elder Titan's contributions are usually a little bit more hidden because of the nature of the hero. But either way, Not Today find themselves in a situation where they are pretty far behind in golden experience. They're behind in the team composition. They don't have superior late game. And I mean, that in itself is just a recipe for losing the game outright. They're also behind initiation, I would say. Batrider is going to be the king of initiation most of the time, and I would say this game is no exception. Axe and Shaker are pretty good, but certainly not good enough. And Boreal, it's just a matter of time before they pull the trigger. Maybe they're waiting for another Roshan timer. It's going to be a jump in. Ewo is going to catch 747. Echo Slam as well. Slark taking a lot of damage, will go down. No time for BKB. That's a pick-off that Not Today need to take like all the freaking time. They have Exorcism, and they're going to try to force a buyback out of the Slark, but it's going to take them quite a long time to actually get to the enemy side of the map. Roshan timer? Unknown. I wish it would just tell me. Like, I really do. I understand why it doesn't, but it's just so inconvenient. Just tell me how long it's going to be, guys. Just tell that to me. Slark has a minute where he's down. Boreal going to try to split push top, but it's only an Ogre Magi. Not quite good enough. Okay, so here's Not Today's big chance. They are right on top of the Boreal side of the base. Their lanes, side lanes, are not being split pushed. They have a chance to take Raxus here, and if they do, suddenly they're right back into this game. There is a fortification, and well, there's initiation onto Ewo. He gets thrown up into the air, though. Axe will be fine for the most part. Fissure as well, and Ewo is going to take quite a bit of damage from KVH, as well as the Mystic Flare. Ewo is going to get graved, and he will be double force-staffed out of the base attack, but a stray Axe from KVH is going to get the kill. Now 747 bought back from the dead. Going to try to go for Misco. It's going to be nobody eaten up in the tidal wave, and Misco is also going to take a fall. Can they get anyone else? Smashing the BKB TP. Bash, not going to happen. Also, Mihawk is going to be able to survive. That's a 3 for 0, though, and the crackback from Boreal is going to be intense. They don't have a creep wave over towards mid, but they have a creep wave towards top, and that could be very easily a lane of Raxes now being taken by Boreal because not only are they working with only 2 heroes, that doesn't exactly help. Those 2 heroes don't have their ultimates either, and these are necessary ultimates for fighting. I think this is going to be 1 set of Raxes at the very least taken. And, well, mid lane is also being pushed. KVH going to jump right over that wall. And this is the power of a level 16 troll ultimate. I mean, fortification kind of messes with that, but it'll happen eventually, guys. There we go. Rax down. Stomp is going to connect with 747, but he will pack that out. This is going to be 1 set of Raxes. KVH with the Bloodlust. My god, he's attacking fast. Has also a Satanic now. And that is going to be that. Easy Raxes for Boreal, moving down towards mid lane now. Can they get a second set of Raxes? They still are working with their ultimate advantage up, as not to say don't have any of those. And Roshan is going to be a little while longer until it respawns. So maybe they're going to go for this push, or maybe they're going to fall back. Yeah, fall back. Why not fall back? There's absolutely no reason for Boreal to put themselves in another situation that they were just in the mid lane. Of course, that was the best shot for Not Today to actually make something happen. But, you know, this compared to this, you know, I mean, that is definitely not equal. So, as long as Boreal avoids situations where the enemy team is right outside their doorstep, then this game should be pretty easy to follow up on, since their Slark is pretty much 6-slotted right now. Maybe just ship the treads for travels and then you're done. I think you could call that a day. 747 is packing a lot of heat right now, not to mention Bloodlust, not to mention Battle Trance. Not today, they're all grouped up in mid. They have a fresh Sheepstick on Smash. That looks like it's about it as far as new items are concerned, or at least impactful items. And they have to go soon, because top lane is pushing in. And Boreal, they have a lot of travels, but not today. I mean, going for just a straight up push, it's risky for sure, but at the same time, you're not in any position where you can afford to play it safe any longer. You have to go for these Hail Marys, otherwise you're just going to concede the game. And top lane still being pushed. Axe is going to be the one to defend that one. But in the meantime, Boreal, they're all smoked up. They know about the timing of Roshan. They're going to expect Not Today be in the pit, but unfortunately for them, they won't find Not Today. Fortunately for them, they'll find Roshan instead, and I would say it's actually pretty good for them. So let's see how long Roshan lasts. I mean, there's quite a bit of damage here from Boreal. There's not much minus armor, which is a little bit unfortunate. Like with a Desolator, this Roshan would have been already dead. But you know, I mean, you take what you can get. Roshan down, double life, cheese as well. Who's gonna grab the cheese? Ogre Magi. Man, fat ass wants the cheese, Ogre, and he's going to get it. 24 to 15, and now with an Aegis advantage, they should go down towards the bottom lane, I think. That'll probably be the best. KVH is actually going to chase down Mihawk. Force Staff is going to keep him alive, but KVH knows that someone Force Staffed him down. He's not going to find him with the Whirling Axes. Unfortunately for KVH, he is going to be walking away empty-handed. Poor, poor KVH. But, you know, that's a minor victory for Not Today. Could you even call that a victory? I don't think you can. I think one of these support heroes is to get a Desolator. I mean, Yule Scepter, I love Yule Scepter on Ogre Magi, by the way, it's insane. But Yule Scepter, Aghanim Scepter, Soul Ring, Ogre Magi is also holding on to 3,800 gold. This dude is stacked out of his mind for a support hero. Like, he's doing pretty well for himself. Then again, when your team is this far ahead, it's kind of assumed that you're going to have stacked supports, so that's also a thing. Push is going to happen down towards bottom lane, and Not Today. Okay, so there's an Aegis and cheese. Killing off Slark, they have already shown, is very possible. When they picked off Slark last time, he was all alone, and they committed an ultimate in the Echo Slam onto him. And they also caught him within a creep wave as well. So that's a tall order. And this time it's going to be Batrider once again with an Invis rune, just to be skirting on the outsets of the Not Today base, looking for a pickoff. And that pickoff right now, most likely, is going to be Mihawk. Although it looks like Not Today, they're not going to put themselves at too much risk of this Batrider. It's most likely going to be 470 to start the fight, unless Axe or Shaker get really bold. 470, looking for that angle. Spirit is going to stun up Boreal first of all. Here we go. Axe is going to be the one dragged back all the way down to the low ground. Now here comes the Slark damage. Mystic Flare as well. Blade Mail is going to go up, which will kill a Skywrath Mage. So I guess that's the best the Axe could have hoped for. Blade Mail and returning a full-on Mystic Flare, and Skywrath Mage is not taking enough to survive that one. So it's going to be a 1-for-1. But still, Boreal, they don't exactly need their Skywrath Mages. They already got their usage out of Skywrath Mage. He dropped a Mystic Flare. That was his job. Mission accomplished. Now we're going to go in for real. They're just going to poke and prod at this tower as much as they can. Top lane is pushed out pretty well towards the Radiant, but that's not going to be the case for much longer. KVH has the Satanic as well, and 747 is going to be more than comfortable jumping in for a couple hits as well. It's just a matter of time, guys. It's just a matter of time. Did Satanic always have that sound effect? That was Satanic, right? I never actually noticed when Satanic gets activated, because, I mean, I do notice because people's health starts going up, but I didn't know it had a sound effect. Maybe I should actually play with my volume on more often. That would probably help. I would say it might help. Alright, so Boreal, they make the trade. Axe is a higher level than the Skywrath Mage, so I guess that's worth it, because Skywrath Mage is up and Axe isn't. And they have another lasso up, so, I mean, if they just keep doing that for the next 10 minutes, they're good. They're going to win the game. Literally, there's nothing that Not Today can do. One hero for Skywrath Mage, one hero for Skywrath Mage, one hero for Skywrath Mage, and uh-oh, this time it's going to be Mihawk. You're going for a ride. Let me take you for a ride. And he's dead now. And now KVH with the Battle Trans, plus 747 up on the front lines as well. Fortification is up, but, I mean, for how long? Hex also being wasted on the Troll Warlord. He's going to back off as a pig for a little bit, then jump right back in again. Purge off the Battle Trance in the process, and then, you know, just Satanic everything back. Nothing could actually mess with this Troll. There is an opportunity right now for Axe to jump in. Oh, not going to take it. He needs a little bit better than that until he jumps in and then pops the BKB. KVH going to go strong onto Nova, forcing out that Grave. He's going to go to town on everyone. Really, it's just him versus the world. Where's the rest of Boreal? It doesn't even matter where they are. It's going to be 747 to try to snipe out Misko off to the side. Abyssal Blading that Ogre, Earthshaker rather, and will take the kill. KVH taking a lot of damage from the Exorcism, but now Ewo, way ahead of his team, is going to be brought down. Mystic Flare once again will almost kill off Footsy. Not quite this time. Smash in the meantime is going to be zoned out by Loki. Buyback straight again from the Axe. Still they have the Aegis. Still they have the Cheese. Loki running low on mana, but that's exactly what the Cheese is for. Boreal, they're going to fall back, knowing the Exorcism is still ticking for a little while longer, but it's not going to last for much longer. KVH is going to get juiced up to full in very short order. I think 470 also just consumed the Cheese. Yes, he did. So Troll Warlord is going to go in and finish the job. Or is he? He's going to get Yules up into the air, which will make the Poison Touch miss, but he wants his Aegis value, and he's going to get it. Nova also is going to be taken for a ride, and he couldn't get a single spell off before he died. This is going to be melee racks, this is going to be range racks. Ewo is here, but suddenly multicast, suddenly Slark, suddenly Troll Warlord, and then suddenly dead. Like, not today. Do you actually want to throw anyone else into this meat grinder? Because I wouldn't recommend it. Seems like a bad idea. And then Battle Trance once again. Look at 747 go. 6-slotted Slark, almost 6-slotted Troll. Actually, no, this guy's actually a little bit away from being 6-slotted. Like, he could replace... Well, first of all, he has an empty item slot, so there's that. Then Sanjin Yasha is not exactly the item you want to have on a 6-slotted build. You know, replace it with Scotty. It's pretty much the same item. But there's the GG. So we don't have to wait for this one. I'm assuming that was... maybe a little rage quit. Who knows? Who knows, guys? 31-16, and Boreal, they overcome all odds, and they managed to defeat Not Today in Game 1 of the best of 2. That is going to be Ancient taking an explosion. That is going to be it for Game 1. Not Today really should be getting back to their roots and maybe trying to go for a little bit more of an aggressive build. Pick up a Centaur, although with no Masoku, I don't know. Maybe it's just not today's day. Yes, that's grammatically correct. Okay, so we're going to move on to game number 2, guys. It'll be up shortly, so don't go anywhere. The series will conclude in one more game.